This is Uday. In this video, we are going to explore one of the important and powerful SQL Server feature called overclocks. While working on SQL scripts, we need to perform a lot of computed operations for data in a table like sum, count, min, max, average, and so on. These operations can be usually performed by applying group by clauses in a SQL query. What if there is more simpler way of performing these operations? Which is nothing but SQL Server overclocks using partition by. Let's look at this example where I have tables employee and department, which contains details of employees, their salary, hiring date, and the department names, their locations, and I want to calculate the operations like sum of the salary, maximum joining date, or the count of employees per department names. How can we do that? Let's explore through SQL queries. Here I have two tables, employee and department, where if I want to pull out normal columns from these two tables, I'll simply start typing select salary or department number, department name from these two tables, employee, E. I'll just join these two tables, inner join, department E on E dot department ID equals D dot department number. This way we will get normal salaries, departments, and the department name. What if I want to get the aggregate count of the employees per department number? I can just start typing count function and then employee name. I'll just give a column name for this, employee count, and let's try to get the salary as well, like sum of the salary. I'll give the salary sum. Now, in order to apply these aggregate functions, I'll have to apply the group by clause. Group by, I will apply this using department number and department name. So whatever columns we are fetching, we have to apply it under group by clause. This way I can get the list of department IDs, their names, and the count of employee per department, and sum of the salary being allocated to each department. What if I also want to have employee names for this list? Employee name from an employee table. I'll get an error here. Simply say the employee name is invalid in the select list because it is not contained in either aggregate function or in the group by clause. So even if I want to apply this employee name in the group by clause, my result of the account and employee count and the salary sum, everything get messed up. So how can I apply that? Let's try to insert this entire query in a brackets and consider this entire thing as a table, temporary table, where I'll just give the aggregate values, name. Here above this I will write select employee name from employee table, and I'll have to call out these columns as well, employee name, comma, department number, employee count, and then the salary sum. So what I'm going to do is I'm just simply joining these two tables. This is the employee table and joining with the aggregate val table, which is being considered as a subquery and then joining using employee dot on employee dot department ID equals average val dot department number. So this is aggregate val. Now using this I can get the list of employee names, the department number, and the salary sum, employment count. In order to get this in a readable format, let's sort it by, let's say, department number. We get it in a sorting order. Now, there is an other way, simpler way to apply this, and I don't have to place the entire thing in the subquery and then apply a separate join for this. How can I do that? I can simply select these columns. I have employee name, employee department number, and then in place of employee count and salary sum, what I'm going to do is I'll just get this count, but I'll also apply over clause out here, over partition by department ID. Similarly, I'll also get the salary sum. Salary sum is over partition by department ID. Alright, and then the joining query will be same. I'm just joining two tables, employee and department, and then I'll also apply the order by, and then let's check the result. I'm getting the same result set but with a simpler method. I don't have to look after the group by clauses. I don't have to get this entire query in the subquery section and then the join separately and apply this in outer side. So this is basically the over clause where we are applying the partition by and department. Department ID is nothing but grouping the employee names and then applying the aggregate functions on this. So this is basically the over clause. Let's try to understand what exactly the over clause is. The over clause is in the SQL Server is used with partition by to break up the data in partitions. We can use the over clause with functions to calculate the aggregate values such as average, sum, count, running totals, and top n group result sets. So we have just seen how can we apply over clauses to get the values of count and sum. So partition by is nothing in the over clauses used to create a window of a row for a specific result set. So for a specific result set, we are just applying the partition by, wherein my sum or my count will be applied only to that particular portion of a window. This process is called windowing of records. This window is then applied in performing different aggregate operations. Simply, this is basically the over clause. And if you like the video, make sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel right now. Just click the subscribe button below this video. Thank you.